Welcome to Washington, and thank you all for being here this week. It is great to see so many familiar faces being back in a familiar setting. Every year, we gather here to maintain APTA's strong working partnership with the federal government and our Washington allies. But this year feels different, doesn't it? The mood of the room has changed from previous years. It's more positive and more optimistic, as we just heard Pepper allude to. And it's all because of what we achieved in Congress last year. After all of the visits to Capitol Hill, the many advocacy events, the grassroots outreach events, and the years of late nights, hard work by so many people, you all deserve a round of applause. It has been a long journey, but look at what a remarkable year we've had since the last time we've met, this time last year. We won a 3-year extension for our commuter rail operators to install PTC safety equipment. That's a big one. We won parity for the transit commuter tax benefit. It's now a permanent part of the tax code, and our riders receive up to $255 tax-free dollars per month to use on public transit. That is outstanding. We're not done yet. We won an extension of tax credits for alternative fuels. This is a big boost for our industry, and it gets bigger every year because more and more of our vehicles run on some form of alternative energy. And most importantly, I feel like we should have a drum roll here. We won the passage of the FAST Act, the first multi-year fully funded authorization in more than a decade. Okay, you're supposed to clap at that one. Where is Barry? What do we want? We got it. So during the next few days, you'll be learning all of the details of the FAST Act, but here are some of the headlines. The new law represents an 18% increase in funding for all transit programs over the next 5 years. Spending on buses and bus facilities increased the most, and that's important because most communities depend heavily, if not solely, on that particular mode of transit. We gained a competitive grant program, a huge accomplishment in this current political environment. And the FAST Act is the first public transportation bill to include passenger rail provisions. That represents a real shift in the way Congress views our industry. Now, we didn't get all the funding that we had requested. We know that our nation needs much, much more infrastructure investment. And there are some provisions that many of us wish had been left out. But the FAST Act will benefit transit systems of all sizes and all modalities, and that is success. So much of what APTA has achieved is because of you. We called on your expertise for a wide variety of issues last year, and you delivered. And we've been successful because we collaborated, communicated, and coordinated with long-standing partners as well as some new allies. As we all move ahead now and begin working on implementation with the FTA and other agencies, it is important that we maintain strong connections to the nation's mayors, city councils, and county leaders. These public sector leaders are valuable partners who can help us address our capital needs and operational needs. As we just heard, the job is not done yet, right? And this is why I've worked to strengthen APTA's connections to the National League of Cities, the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the National Association of Regional Councils, and of course, we have our partners from NACO here joining us today. I also want to give a special shout out to the members of the APTA's Executive Committee, especially Barry Barker. Where's Barry? Hey, Barry. And his Legislative Committee. Let's give Barry a round of applause. Where's Jeff Nelson? Jeff had the task of chairing the Legislative Committee to help get us started. So let's also give Jeff and that Legislative Committee a round of applause as well. We have BMBG representatives here. I know Jeff is in the room, Pat Scully and others who have stood with us hand in hand on this fight, as well as Michael Malanafi, Rob Healy, the entire APTA senior staff. Let's give them all a round of applause, the entire APTA staff. We have a great conference and agenda planned over the next few days and a great year ahead. Your presence here in Washington is proof of your commitment to our industry and to advancing APTA.